Hello everybody and welcome to today's Hair and Beauty Curriculum Planning Stroke Update webinar. So my name's Sarah Fioda and I'm your Hair and Beauty Technical Advisor here at City and Guilds, and joining me today is your Industry Manager Emma McKay. So again, thank you for joining us. Emma and myself, we will try to answer as many questions as we possibly can on the webinar. Emma will be reviewing the questions as we move along through our slides. So if we do a little bit of housekeeping here, so if you can confirm that you can hear me? If you can you raise your hand in the go-to webinar function toolbox, which is on the right-hand side of your screen, and Emma will monitor that for me. So again, please use this function box with any questions that you may have throughout the session today. This webinar is being recorded and you will receive a copy as you've registered, and you will also receive a CPD certificate. As you can see on this slide, we can only do these webinars with feedback from yourselves. So I have put here our survey link or QR code for you to feedback after this webinar. And these webinars will be spoken to you. So it is really of you telling us what you would like us to put together, and we will put those webinars together for you moving forward. So what did we cover last time? We covered the hair and beauty industry update, our City and Guilds hair and beauty curriculum offer, our rules of combination, key documents, webinars, and further support. And then we did our Q&A. So the agenda today, we'll be looking at industry updates from the lovely Emma McKay, your industry manager, the apprenticeship standards, your qualification choices, funding matters for 16 to 19 and 19 plus, your functional skills, support resources, what else does City and Guilds offer, and further support and Q&A. Now I'm going to hand over to Emma, and she's going to give you an update of where we're at this juncture in the year.
Thanks, Sarah. Hello, everyone. So as Sarah said, my name's Emma McKay, and I'm the industry manager here at City and Guilds, looking after all that is hair, beauty and retail. So Sarah, if you'd kindly move on to the first of my slides, please. Oh, thank you. So what I was going to cover first of all are some current activities. We are working really hard, continuing to engage with employers and stakeholders across the hair and beauty industries. We've been recently attending a number of events, so competitions. We've done some of the guest speaker events. We attended an amazing event last week with Haircuts for Homeless. We saw the launch of the wonderful Jane Werwand, the founder of Dermalogica's latest book. So we continue to engage with employers and stakeholders. We continue to form essential influencers on steering groups across the hair, beauty and barbering sectors, so looking at the future of the apprenticeship standards and also reviewing current standards and practices. We spend a great deal of time working with the other endpoint assessment organisations and awarding organisations in ensuring that we sort of ensure to deliver a really consistent and standardised approach to everything from how we conduct endpoint assessment, any on-programme elements, qualification elements as well. So when it comes to apprenticeship standards, at the moment, it's quite a busy time. We are, as part of the Hair Professional Steering Group, as assessment experts, working with the other endpoint assessment organisations to support the steering group in their review of the current Level 2 Hair Professional Standard. From what we understand, there are going to be 2 new submissions at Level 2. So there's going to be a Level 2 Hair Professional Standard for hairdressing and a Level 2 Barbering Professional Standard. At the moment, we're aiming for mid-March for these to be submitted to the Institute for Apprenticeships and Technical Education, with a view to be authorised and approved in the next couple of months for the new rollout in sort of the next, I guess, sort of 6 months or so time. So when it comes to apprenticeship standards, we're continually looking at what endpoint assessments we'd like to offer, which markets we'd like to operate within, and what on-programme solutions we can provide. And in some slides' time, Sarah's going to be talking to you about lots of the different types of option that we've come up with to support you. And this is very much complemented by our support resources. We've spent a fundamental amount of time this academic year looking and supporting all of our customers in their sort of drive towards moving from paper-based to digital resources. What we've done is we have ensured that all of our logbooks are available for you free of charge on our website, on our .com. We have also ensured that we've got the super glossy, shiny versions for you to be able to download on our SmartScreen systems, alongside our textbook chapters and our amazing video resources. Now, Sarah's going to tell you lots more about those a little bit later on in the webinar, so please do look out for that information. And if at any time you want to reach out to us, and we can do some demonstrations, or we can link you up with some of our colleagues within City and Guilds to be able to demonstrate to you some of these resources to support your blended delivery and learning, please do let us know. Okay, Sarah, if you could go on to the next slide, please. So some of the recent hair and beauty highlights, we have seen, particularly obviously since last summer really, post-pandemic, all hair and beauty salons and businesses remaining open for business as usual activity. There are still struggles and strains out in the industry. Obviously COVID is still here. We are still seeing lots of cancelling of appointments, with lots of rescheduling, lots of also prioritising of bookings in terms of, you know, people's everyday finances. So we do continue to work really closely with industry representatives to look at different ways that we can support the upskilling, reskilling of people coming into our wonderful industries, but also supporting employers in what do they need from people coming into the industry, what do they need from employees, and how can we best support that. We're actually seeing apprenticeship numbers continuing to grow, particularly within the hairdressing sector. We are still seeing well above forecast sort of numbers really across the hair professional standard, and also for barbering and beauty, showing some very healthy levels of growth as well. So apprenticeship numbers we're still seeing in terms of endpoint assessment and registrations onto our on-programme solutions growing. The Institute have recently approved the Level 3 Wellbeing and Holistic Apprenticeship Standard, and we are busy working behind the scenes on the Level 4, potentially Level 5 actually, Aesthetics Standard. As I just discussed, we have got the review post-consultation for the Hair Professional Standard, aiming for submission to the Institute in March, so fingers crossed we'll be able to hear lots more about that and be able to tell you lots more about it in the next few weeks, if not sort of month or so. The hair and beauty apprenticeship endpoint assessment dispensations were extended to summer 2022. However, the discretions are on track now to be finished on the 31st of March. So these were going to be finished the 28th of February, and we did see the Institute extending them further to the end of this month. We really do see very, very minimal use of these exceptional circumstance type discretions. Therefore, the time is right. We do support them finishing at the end of this month. And generally speaking, our move from paper-based to digital has really gone really well. We've only sort of had one, I think, centre concern around the digital kind of logbooks and textbooks in regard to, you know, opposing to the paper-based. So really good positive feedback, some really good intel actually that Sarah and I have collected around different formats that these documents are saved on and produced with on, that we've taken back to our teams. So we continue to review all of our logbooks, all of our support resources. And if you do have anything that you'd like to share with us, any ideas for things that is wanted, needed, or things that we could do better or change, please do reach out to Sarah and I. It's really interesting to hear from your perspectives what works well and potentially what doesn't work so well. So we are always really, really keen to hear from you all. So Sarah, that's a general kind of update with the hair and beauty industry in the last couple of slides. I know that we've obviously worked together on this particular deck, so we've got lots to tell you, and it's going to still, you know, fast, sort of full steam ahead, isn't it, over these next few months, helping everyone to prepare for their next academic year curriculum planning.
Thanks, Emma. That's super. Thank you for that overview of where we're at today. So let's move on to our offer for all apprenticeship standards. Now, we're really excited here. So I'm going to move on and just to see if any of you on this slide can see something that's very, very different. Well, we now have, we do have our level 2 beauty professional, which is our beauty therapist and nail service technician standard on programme. And as you can see there, we've got this new to be confirmed 7005 level 3 beauty professional standard. So this is for the level 3 advanced beauty therapist. Now we are developing this at the moment. This on programme offer it is under development, so no need to panic. It's all going to be there for you, just as we did for our 7004, the diploma for the advanced and creative hair professional. So watch this space. There will be a QAN number coming along soon. So we now have 3 standards on programme in the beauty arena, and obviously our 3 in the hairdressing and barbering arena. So that's the on programme offer we have at City and Guilds. Now moving on to our endpoint assessment offer. Again, we have our level 2 beauty professional, the beauty therapist. We have the endpoint assessment for that, and we are working on our 9139 level 3 diploma for the advanced beauty therapist. We are working on the endpoint assessment offer as we speak, and I'll be covering that in the next couple of slides. Again, we have our 2 pathways for the level 2 diploma for the hair professional. We have our hairdressing and our barbering, and we have our 9014, which is our advanced and creative hair professional endpoint assessment offer. So here we go. Let's moving on to, we are very excited at City and Guilds. Emma and I are chuffed as monkeys to be able to say that, you know, we are now developing the level 3 diploma for the advanced beauty therapist. And as we can see here, it's a level 3. It was approved in May 2020. It's an 18-month period of on programme. And as you can see, the maximum funding for this standard is £8,000. So it's a hefty amount of funding for this qualification. So again, we will be developing an offer that will support this non-mandatory qualification, because it's a non-mandatory qualification. But we know our centres and our employers have all said, you know, what's the solution? We want the same as hairdressing. We want a mandatory, a non-mandatory qualification that we can use to support our apprentices in their journey on that programme, to enable them to have a smooth journey towards that endpoint assessment. Again, we've also begun the development alongside the non-mandatory qualification for the endpoint assessment. Now these dates that I'm going to say now are very important. So the first endpoint assessment registration will open June this year, June 2022, and that may be because we've not developed this program before, the on program that we're developing. But if anybody obviously wants to use as their endpoint assessment organisation, that registration will open on June, or in June of this year. So the first on programme qualification registrations will be September. So that'll be ready for the next academic year moving forward. So like I say, we're really, really excited. And we have got a webinar coming up on the 28th of March for solely for the advanced beauty therapist. So Emma and I have been working on those slides, getting them together, and we'll have much more information to give you, but it will just be on the advanced beauty therapist. We also have a webinar on that same day for the advanced and creative hair professional. That'll be Diane and myself, and we'll be going through the professional discussion, and we'll be giving you top tips on how to get the most out of that endpoint assessment for your apprentice when they reach that time on their journey. So again, this is what it's just one slide here, just giving you an overview of the endpoint assessment plan for the advanced therapist apprenticeship standard. And again here, as we can see, you know, we have the endpoint assessment gateway, and we also have the endpoint assessment, what it's going to be in that. So there's going to be a knowledge test, and that will be a fail or a pass. There will be the second assessment method will be an observation and a technology demonstration. and that will be graded as a fail, pass, or a distinction. And then we have this professional discussion. Again, the following grades will be a fail, a pass, or a distinction. And like I said, please book on, join us on the Go-To webinar on the 28th of March for this really all singing, all dancing, exciting development. So going through our curriculum offer at Sittingbourne, what do we have to offer you to support you within your planning at the moment? And I've been going around to a lot of centres at the moment. I've been doing Back on the Road, which is absolutely amazing for myself. And we are talking about the qualifications. How can we raise the standards of in some qualifications to another? So you all probably know we have our on-programme qualifications for the apprenticeship standards. We have our technical qualifications, VRQs and MVQs. Now, VRQs to me are really a fantastic suite of qualifications. They really are, from 3001 to your 2 to your 3, even up to your 5450, which is your level 4. And again, with our MVQs, we have our 3007, which is beauty therapy, and 6008, which is hairdressing. They're very popular. You know, our learners like the VRQs. They really do. But, you know, we're looking at the T-levels coming in, and I'm not talking about transition years, because that's something that we're not doing at City and Guilds, a transition year. But I'm looking and thinking to myself, if I was back in FE now and I was curriculum lead, what would I need to do? Well, number one, the biggest thing for me, and I will bang on about this, is technical qualifications. Our technical suite of qualifications are designed to be delivered, you know, with an open hat, where you're actually, you know, teaching your students, your learners, to be able to take a trade test. And you know, that synoptic is a trade test. It's just like that endpoint assessment. We all remember the days when we went for jobs and we had to go and rock up with our hairdressing bag or our beauty kit and just prove what we could do, you know, and could we do the job? We might have it on a piece of paper, but could we do it? So the technical qualifications for me are really important, because they actually do give you that synoptic, that end of year. So there's a place for the VRQs here with the technical qualifications, and there is a place for the MVQs. For me, if you are teaching on a standard, a technical qualification, a VRQ or an MVQ, there is only one way you're going to teach how you cut a bob. There's only one way you're going to teach a manicure or a pedicure or a facial or a tint or a shampooing. There's no difference. The only difference is the assessment strategy at the end of what you've taught them. So I'm back in college now, I'm planning my curriculum, and I know I've got 4 or 5 learners that could definitely do a technical qualification in hairdressing or beauty therapy. So I've only got 4 or 5 learners. I can't run that, because obviously we need a big cohort to be able to run them. So for myself, I would definitely be running the technical qualification with those 4 or 5 learners, and I would have, my majority of learners would probably be on the VRQ program. Well, they would be in filling, they will be working together. They would be in the same class all the time, because you know, you're teaching them the same the same sort of units, if you like. Now, for my VRQs, I would be saying to them on induction, I'd have been saying in you know, obviously in enrolment or you know, interview stage, that when they come on the VRQ course, you know, every unit would have a test at the end of it that they would have to complete. They would be formatively and summatively assessed along the way, but they ultimately would have, at the end of the year, an end exam, which I'd make up, and also they would have a synoptic assignment or an endpoint assessment or a trade test. It depends how you want to word that. Mine would be a trade test. They would run the same program, they would run along the same lines as the technical. And for myself, this is how I'd run it. When that learner comes on board in September, they've got 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and then they go off on holiday in October half term. When they come back after the October half term, I would be setting a day where all my, say, level 2 learners were actually coming in. They would be running a column with and they would be doing the services and treatments that I taught them within those 6 or 7 weeks. So they would be coming in with a client, and they would all be doing that. And that would be my first mock. And that'd be my first mock for the technical qualifications, and I'd be is that learner in a band 1, band 2 or band 3? And for the VRQs, it would be, are they a pass, merit or a distinction? And that is what I would be doing. And then I would be actually then moderating that and actually standardizing those grades. Bear with me on this one. Some of those learners, you know, on the VRQs, you're thinking to yourself now, oh yeah, but they might drop out, you know, what am I going to do? I won't have collated all the evidence. Well, you will be collating the evidence because you'll be using the paperwork there, but you won't be telling them the past. I just want to throw this little nugget in here. Ask yourself these questions. How many times has a learner said to you, Miss, I don't need to do that haircut, I've done all my course. Miss, I don't need to do that manicure, I've done all my manicures. No, they've not. They haven't. They don't retain the information. We need to teach them how to retain the information and how to do the job. So that would be my first mock. My second mock would be just before Christmas break, before we break up at Christmas. And again, it would be a mock for the VRQs, MVQs, technical qualifications. We've taught them an awful lot between September and Christmas. You know, we really, really have. By then, they should have a couple of clients and they should be running their own column. Not you telling them what they do, they're bringing them in and they're doing the timings. Whether they're on a VRQ, an MVQ or a technical, our learners need to become more commercial. And this is the only way I see that we can move this forward and get these VRQs that are in at level 2, maybe moving on to a technical qualification in the future. So I'd do exactly the same. I'd be grading them. You know, I'd be probably getting some summative assessments there for my VRQs, but I would not be saying that you've passed that. You know, they would be doing their end of unit tests on Evolve. How I would run that. What I don't like is the fact that they think that they can keep doing the test on the Evolve until they pass it, because it's multiple choice and it's an ip, dip, dip. For myself, the way I've always run an Evolve test is that I've taught them, I've put them in for the test. If they fail it, I then give them the assignment to do handwritten. I then put them in for the second Evolve test. If they fail that, then they need to do the assignment and they need to type that out, and that needs a front cover, it needs a contents page, and it needs a bibliography, and it needs to be word processed on the computer. Our learners will only do that once because they'll see that the friends are not having to do that extra work. So they will then start to revise for these Evolve exams, which they should be doing. My next mock would be probably around the March time. And then this would be their dry run through for their synoptic assignment and their trade test. And I would really know by then who was sat on the top of the stairs, the middle of the stairs, and the bottom of the stairs. So I think, again, it's an absolutely brilliant way of doing 3 mock assessments, because you'll be able to rag rate your learners. And again, it's going to help you with your ILPs to be able to say to a learner who's on a VRQ, okay, you've just about passed that, but we need to get you into the merit. How are we going to get you into the merit? Let's have a look at this. Again, with technicals, right, guys, you're in a band 1 at the moment. We need to get you into a band 2. How are we going to do that? Now, I think this is a brilliant way of working with your ILPs and your tutorials with your learners. And I hope, you know, you've taken something out of that, because I've been at the AHT Stroke PACE forum, Learning and Development Forum this weekend. And this is exactly what I've put out there to all the colleges that were there. And I've had some amazing feedback because people haven't thought of doing that. You know, there is only one way to do what we do, whether you are teaching on a standard, a technical, a VRQ, or an MVQ. If any of you want to discuss this with me further, please make contact with me. I think you've all got my email address, but it is at the end of the slides. You know, it's really, really important that we start making our learners commercially viable to get on the shop floor and to start earning the dollar that they all want to earn and that they'll all feel confident at doing. And yeah, really is timings, commercial timings. I mean, guys, I still work in a spa every 6 weeks, and it's interesting to see a young learner come in, or somebody on work experience who looks at, you know, the computer or the column and go, oh, I can't do that in that time. You know, we really, whether, you know, VRQs are that, you know, we do give a bit of slack on the VRQs on timings, but if we want to revamp these, then at these qualifications and get these learners, you know, to the best of their ability, this is the only way I see moving forward. And then that will help in their transition onto a technical qualification at a higher level. So again, we have our rules of combination. Emma's emails there in number, and mine is too. Again, it is a unique portfolio that we've got, and it is focused on helping people into a job, onto a job, and to the next job. I really have a look at our rules of combination. I've just put a snippet in here. You've got your contents page there that tells you everything that's in there. The next couple of pages have got all the links to all your logbooks that you need from the .com and where to find. And then, I've broken it down into the sector areas, the hair and the beauty areas. Have a deep dive into some of these qualifications and have a look. And remember that, every single one of our qualifications, you could just do a unit, and you can make your own units up, your own sort of bespoken program moving forward, and they can be, funded or full cost. I think sometimes we need to really think out of the bag, of what do we want to offer? What more can we do? What can we change? But every single qualification is a CUC. So that is a unit of accreditation that, that your learners can get, and you can add them on, for good behaviour or good practice, or, great attendance. And I used to do that at my last college. I would always put a unit on there that I would give them for those who had sort of 85% and above attendance. And it's a real incentive to our learners when they see that they're getting something there. So our support resources. So what's on our website? This is what we're going to be looking at. So these are all great support resources for you. On our website, you just have to go to the right hand corner and put in your number, your 4-digit number, and it'll give you all the documents that you need that will support you on that delivery and journey of the program. For the VRQs, it'll give you the handbook and the assessment pack. But also on here, under additional documents, we have our, our candidates logbook here, and the downloadable logbook units that you can get. I mean, you'll all probably remember, you probably, sort of order all these logbooks, and there was some of the units in there that you didn't use, but you'd have to go onto the website to get the downloadable logbook units. They're all there for you. They're free of charge, and they're printable. So please, you utilize the documents that we have on the website. We have our SmartScreen here. I mean, our SmartScreen is an absolutely fantastic tool. We have our VRQ, just a regular SmartScreen for our VRQs and our MVQs, but we also have our enhanced SmartScreen, which myself is amazing. So the standard SmartScreen is here, and as you can see, your logbooks are on there as well. There's your VRQ in beauty therapy. There's also a chapter relating to this unit there for the textbook. So the textbook's in there for you. So this is your provide and maintain nail enhancements. So you've got your logbook and the chapter of the textbook that's there that the learners can look at. So the learners may not be able to afford to buy that textbook, or they're all taken out of the library. So it's there on hand for you to use. We have our schemes of work and lesson plans, handouts, worksheets, and a glossary. And all those units are there for you to use on our this is just our basic standard SmartScreen platform. So the next one I'm going to take you to is our advanced SmartScreen platform. Now this for me is our creme de la creme, and I had the pleasure and the honour of working on both the level 3 SmartScreen and the level 2, and I'll be honest, hundreds and hundreds of hours of time went into making sure that this was sort of the best that we could possibly get it to be for your learners. And what I love about the SmartScreen, this one, is we have our on the enhanced, we have our video collection, and every unit has got multiple videos into the embedded in the program. As you can see, this one is a hot stone massage routine, and just for a little bit of a laugh, that's my daughter, and that's actually me lay there having the treatment. I think, oh no, it's not, it's a gentleman. I think we used a man model on that one, but you'll see my daughter and myself on these videos, and like I say, we worked a lot of hours on. And what I love about the videos, if a learner can't make it to college for whatever reason, it could be COVID, the videos are brilliant for them to go back to be able, because you can't go back and reteach something because you're on a schedule on your scheme of work, so you can't go back for that. But what I will say is this is absolutely a brilliant tool to actually use for them to go back to and have a look at the video of how to do this, that service, that treatment. And what I love about these, the learner can only go so far on the video, and the video will stop them and ask them questions about what they've just seen. And if they get it wrong, it'll give them some hints and tips to be able to, you know, for them to answer it again and get that right. So it's an absolutely fantastic learning tool. It also gives you, we have a back office system on this, which will allow you to find out what learners have been actually using the videos. So on here, we do have our lesson plans, handouts, ILP, schemes of work, worksheets, and much more. If you look at the scheme of work, it will tell you on the scheme of work exactly what video to watch, exactly what handout to give out, exactly what task sheet, and exactly what worksheets. And they all have their tutor guides as well. So again, we have our writable PDFs for the majority of the qualifications, and they are found on our platform at SmartScreen. And again, the textbooks, these ebooks, are absolutely brilliant. So if any of you want any more information on our SmartScreen, you know, let me know, then I'll find out who your business manager is. And normally the business managers give you, you know, a couple of days to sort of try before you buy. Have a look at the resources that are on there to enhance your teaching and learning. And in fact, because this is all done for you, it's an amazing tool, because it just allows you to get into the classroom and teach, and using all these fantastic tools to support you on the journey. So digital credentials. These are, you know, these are absolutely flying out. They're like flying out the window, you know. And our digital credential team, you know, just wanted to share a bit of a quick update with you, you know. So at present, you know, we've got over 200 digital credentials built, covering all our qualifications from, you know, technicals, VRQs, MBQs to CUCs. And actually, we've probably now delivered over 2,500 individual credentials to learners, and that's probably over the last 9 months. That's a hell of a lot of credentials that we've actually delivered. Just being at the AHT conference this weekend, City and Guilds were honoured to be able to support an award, which was employer engagement, and we didn't know who the winner was until the Saturday night, which was amazing. And that centre this morning has now received a digital credential from our team to say, you know, saying that they have won this award, and well deserved. And the award's full of metadata saying exactly what they had to do to actually receive that award. And that is the same for all the qualifications. So I'll deep dive into this a little bit further. So again, you probably all know us, sort of singing or dancing. We've been developing these over the past few years. They're now, you know, all up and ready to run. So for me, you know, we're continuing to strive to, you know, and to grow these digital credentials, but they are accepted worldwide. And I think this is a big thing. Any learner can go onto employer could go onto any social media platform, have a look at a digital badge and hover over it, and it'll come up with an awful lot of data they call metadata that will tell that maybe potential employer what that person has got this badge for. So it's making the world smaller. So, you know, again, it's absolutely brilliant for you know, for sort of showcasing exactly, you know, what you've done and what you've achieved. And what they really do is validate the technical skills and share achievements anywhere at any time. So again, these credentials allow us to recognise and communicate all skills consistently, and we use the Open Badge standard. And this is a universal format, and it creates data that can be validated quickly, easily, allowing people to see what that learner or that company has achieved during, you know, on that journey. So whether you're at college looking to help learners share achievements, you might be an employer looking to showcase the quality of your own in-house training. You know, we offer a massive service there. So, you know, if you want to talk about any opportunities here, you know, please do get in touch with me. So funding matters. So we have our 16 to 19 and 19 plus and other schemes that are available on our .com, cityandguilds.com. So we have our adult education budget and the 19 plus funding offer. We have our ready for traineeships and apprenticeships. And we have things like Restart as well. So we're here to support you in your adult skills provision. We do have a range of hair and beauty flexible programs that fit neatly into the adult skills and career progression. So last Wednesday, Bryony, our funding guru, did an absolutely amazing funding webinar. It was on the 9th of March. What I would suggest is you go onto our .com and go to, and just type in funding. It'll take you to the funding page, and you can then listen and see a copy of that funding if you missed it, that funding webinar if you missed it. And also you'll be able to, if you go on there, you'll see it says funding catalogue, and if you hit the funding catalogue button, it gives you a form to fill in, and our team will send you the full catalogue that we have. So again, this is just support information for you. We have our City and Guilds funded directory. It links to past and future webinars, so please go onto that. It gives you, research reports. I mean, our team at City and Guilds are always researching and looking for, what's coming up next and how we can support you further. There are links there for our adult skills programs, our traineeships, restarts and apprenticeships. And obviously there's the link to the adult skills funding. And as you can see, we've got this digital transformation as well. So they are flexible programs for you moving forward. We are saying, if you don't use the AEB, you're going to lose the AEB. So, try to utilise as much as you possibly can of that funding within your curriculum planning this year. Traineeships. This is a new one. This is good. Traineeships used to be around for about 6, 7, 8 weeks. But now we can go up to a year with our traineeships. So they're flexible. They've been extended, which is brilliant. Employers get an incentive of £1,000. The 16 to 19-year-olds. Go onto the website there and really have a look at your sector-based traineeships that are being piloted by the SFA. City and Guilds, we've got our traineeship frameworks in place, and they are on the website for you to take a look at. Again, these are great coming in. It's like that try before you buy, and I'm not talking about the employer trying before they buy. It's also that learner trying before they buy. So again, like I said, they can last from 6 weeks to a year. They're also open to learners who already have a level 3 qualification. If that traineeship will enable them to progress onto an apprenticeship or employment or further learning. We have ESOL units and modules or qualifications that are included in there with core elements. So again, please, have a look at that summary of traineeship frameworks and flexibilities on our website. So coming into our functional skills. Now, supporting the whole journey. So functional skill support is offered all the way through the learner's journey. And following some recent polls that our team have done, they've found that not all centres are aware of the support and resources that City and Guilds offer on this journey. And from the onset of the learner's journey, we can support centres with initial assessment, diagnostics, individual learning plans, creating sessions and mini assessments through e-functional skills. And for delivery, we also have our SmartScreen package as well for functional skills. They can provide you with schemes of work and an abundance of resources in forms of interactive activities, videos, worksheets that are there for you. And when the candidates are getting exam ready online, and paper-based options are there online for you to use. So we have sample papers for those candidates who sit the paper exam, available for our 4748 qualification. That's on that page, and we also have that in a writable PDF format. And for our online exams, you can prepare your learners using our free open access platform, and this enables learners to be allocated a sample paper which you can retrieve and mark, and then feedback will be provided. And not forgetting that we can also use open access as part of your delivery to support candidates on their preparation, and use the tools and charts and graphs and maths papers. And just to mention, this does mirror the Evolve platform, so learners will be familiar with the layout and the tools that they'll be using because they've used them on in their main qualification. The other underutilised support resources we have for you is our Centre and Analytics, and this platform allows you to access performance data for Evolve tests and to look at the City and Guilds global averages. Other important functions, it can be seen given as feedback online with paper exams, providing that why that candidate has failed, and it can provide you with score reports that you can use to work with in areas where candidates have not done so well. And the last thing to mention here is that once your learner does achieve, they're entitled to claim their functional skills digital credential. So that's one of those badges again, and that provides them with a digital representation of the skills that they have achieved on the journey of completing their functional skills. So these are the support frameworks that you can utilise in the form of, regular webinars where maths and English teams conduct these webinars and give you updates. They have their themed and have topics, and they provide you with updates in England, although they do have separate Northern Ireland and Wales and Welsh webinars for English and maths in the resource hub too. Then we have this contact share network. This is providing you with space to share good practice, insights and reflections. It's also very interactive with activities to support you and individuals, and it's great for providing online and face-to-face team reviews. If you're a tutor or new to City and Guilds for Maths and English, we do provide a short onboarding session to support you with assessing the relevant information you need for delivery. And again, the team, our functional skills team, they do record all presentations for using open access and digital resources. So please check out this. If you do need any help, we have a fabulous team on our functional skills area. We have Paul Sini, he's a technical advisor, just like myself. We have Catherine Reid, she's the lead technical advisor, and we have Amanda Kelly, who's the industry manager, just like as Emma is the industry manager for our hair and beauty programs. So let's have a little look at Learning Assistant. Now, some of you may already be on our Learning Assistant, some of you may be on is it one file or different, portfolio, e-portfolio platforms. So Learning Assistant for us, it enhances the learning experience, and it's a way to inspire, motivate and bring that learning together. I have put a link on here for you, which takes you right to YouTube to a video there that will show you how to enhance the learning experience for your learners. So this is what we have to offer, and it's a full package there. So why Learning Assistant? So there's no complex software to install. It's cloud stored, so it's backed up data, and it's available 24/7, 365 days a year. There's no complex hosting agreements. It's a tiered pricing subscription, which reduces your costs. And what I love, it tracks on and off the job hours, which is really great. We have video and audio evidence too. Courses are built by us, customized by you if you need to. You can say, I'm going to run this program and I want my Learning Assistant to look like that, and that. So our team will work with you on that. It has built-in messaging systems to help you with your contacting your learners, contact diary to formalise communications for your audit trail, and forums for peers, peer-to-peer support, and flipped classroom discussion learning. Again, it shows you real-time progress in real time. So the real-time progress reports are there, automated recording. You've got full IQA and EQA access, ideal for remote working. As an EQA, which I still am, I absolutely love the learning assistant. If I know my centre's got a learning assistant, I know I can go in and I can do all my theory, all the theory stuff I need to do before I go into the centre. Then that, for me as an EQA, it gives me time on the shop floor with the learners and with the team. So I'm seeing more practical because I've done the, you know, I've done the my report, my audit report on what you've uploaded to the learning assistant before I come in. You know, the stores evidence for showcasing, provides feedback and sign units off. You can sign your units off immediately, and free access to the apprenticeship training manuals. Again, it's a mobile device, so you can upload evidence on the go. Learners love this. You know, they're in the salon, they do something really, really good. They take a picture of it, snap it in there, they upload it to the platform. It doesn't need an internet connection. So if you've got a poor reception, it's not a problem, because the next time you can upload it, the next time you click in to a Wi-Fi area, it will just automatically upload. It's UK based, so your technical support's UK, and we have a dedicated digital solutions manager for our learning assistant, and we do give all training which is free of charge. So if anybody is interested in that, just like SmartScreen, let me know and I will find out who your business manager is, or if you do know your business manager, and then we could move the ball rolling for you moving forward into your new curriculum in September 22. So what else do we offer? Well, God, we offer a range of stuff, and this is all enrichment opportunities that we put together. Like Emma said, we're always working with, you know, what's the next thing coming up? What can we do next? How can we support our centres? How can we make it more exciting and innovative for our learners? Well, Emma's going to talk to you in a minute about the Lee Stafford experience that she's been working on, you know, closely with Lee and Lee's team. And I'll be talking about the AHT, which I've spent the weekend with, and you know, I think centres really need to come back into these competitions, because you know what the learners get out of these competitions is second to none. And we also have our MH Fed and Hair Fed competition. The Hair Fed was a new competition we put forward this year. So Emma, would you like to have a little chat about the Lee Stafford experience?
Thank you, Sarah. Yes. So the Lee Stafford experience is something that is sort of slightly out of the norm, really, for us. We wanted to do something this academic year that was something that would be able to provide all of our customers with something to offer their learners and apprentices to really stretch and challenge where needed and where essentially possible. So what we've done is we've come up with the Lee Stafford experience in association with City and Guilds, along with Lee and his team. It's very much a pilot year for this academic year. So we've had a couple of different phases to this already. Lee did some promotional videos at the beginning of 2022 that we shared via our social media channels and via our sort of email contact lists. And goodness, a good couple of hundred customers came forward to say with initial interest, yes, tell me more. Since then, we've been able to share a little bit more information about what this will entail, what the commitment would be from a centre, the restrictions that we are putting in at this point due to sort of with relation to our learner volumes, and the fact that there would be quite a lot of autonomous working, looking at videos, copying videos, recording themselves, uploading before and after photographs, and also step-by-step video content. So following that, we asked people, are you still interested? And everybody put forward their yes please and a very short paragraph as to why they were still interested by the 7th of March. Now at the moment we are looking to hopefully by the end of today have a great list of centres that Lee and his team have sort of picked on a very much a geographical basis, really, as to, you know, who we should sort of pilot and trial this potentially sort of enrichment opportunity with this side of the academic year, and we're hoping to be able to let everybody know in the next couple of days. So essentially what it is a stretch and challenge opportunity, free access to the Lee Stafford video, so the hairdressing recipes, step-by-step videos. And what it will mean is a maximum of 4 learners from the chosen centres at this point will be asked to have a look through the videos, practice their skills, use all of the skills and knowledge that they already have to be able to film themselves carrying out these Lee Stafford recipes. And should they meet the Big 10, which is the kind of Michelin star standard for the Lee Stafford brand, then they will be awarded with certifications, potentially some goodie bags, and actually all 4 of the learners per centre reach the Big 10 with all 3 of the recipes. Either Lee or himself or one of his master staff teams will come out and do a CPD event with the centre staff. So it's super exciting. There are really limited numbers for this part of the academic year. However, following this pilot, we are looking to roll this out on a grander scale from the next academic year, so from September 2022. So do watch this space, keep in touch. I will hopefully be hearing from Lee and his team over the next sort of day or so to be able to start to tell people who they would like to pilot working with over the next few months, and then moving forward what our plan's going to be. So yeah, thanks Sarah, really exciting, something slightly different that we haven't done before, which is nice to hear as well.
Do you want to just go on about the MH Feds and the hair fed, because that's quite new? The hair fed was new this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so sort of, gosh, now I want to say sort of 5 or 6 years ago, we started the Men's Hairdressing Federation in association with City and Guilds national barbering competitions. We started them actually, I think they started as apprenticeship only, and we've grown the opportunity over the last few years. And we've also shifted to very much a digital event, whereby across the nations, people have been submitting before and after looks, photographs, in reference to a particular competition brief. So for barbering, it was an editorial look for this academic year. And we also saw the introduction of the Hairdressing Federation. So we included hairdressing competitions that were, I think it was a creative colour and a precision haircut. So it's been a really exciting time for us. Some fantastic judges on board for both the barbering competitions and hairdressing. For barbering, we had Adam Sloan from the Men's Hairdressing Federation. We had Desmond Murray. We had, oh my gosh, thinking off the top of my head, Anthony Hutton, and also Phil Jarmin. And for the Hairdressing Federation, hairdressing competitions, we had Diane Mitchell, our lead independent endpoint assessor here at City and Guilds, also Lee Stafford. We had Steve from Weller, and also Desmond Murray as well. So yes, the competitions have been, the winners have been announced on our social media channels. And actually next Monday, a group of us are heading down to Essex to meet with a wonderful Desmond Murray, multi-award winning Desmond, to do a full photo shoot, whereby all of the competition winners and the highly commended winners as well are travelling into Essex to have and recreate their looks, fulfil their sort of dreams of having a full photo shoot. They'll be awarded with certification from myself and Adam Sloan, and yeah, their images will be featured on social media channels, but also a lookbook as well, so sort of a real high profile glossy magazine. So it's really exciting and an amazing opportunity, all done digitally as well, which is, you know, submission of the before and after photographs, the judging was done online as well. So yeah, we've had some tremendous entries as always, and I think it's just getting bigger and better, Sarah, over the years, really.
Yeah, it really is. And you know, it was great because Emma and I were the scrutineers, you know, for the judging, and it was just, there's some of the work that we see, so you know, it's really hard to, you know, these guys have really worked hard and really showcased super skills and dedication to the industry. So you know, it was very hard, you know, and the judges, they had a hard day, but we did get the winners, and it's just super that we can offer this, and it's free of charge, you know. So the fact that it's free, you know, please, you know, look out for, you know, in September will be, you know, the newsletter will come out in September with dates, you know, when the competition will open, and when the entries have to be in for, and the judging dates, everything will be there for you in the newsletter. So please look out for that. And also on our social media, we do an awful lot on social media, on Facebook. So, you know, please join us on that too. I'll just go on a little bit about the AHT. I'm passionate about the AHT, and some people may see it as being an old fuddy-duddy thing at Blackpool competitions, but you know something, in 1978 I entered my first AHT competition as an apprentice hairdresser. And the AHT was founded in 1963 by a bunch of teachers who, you know, from the Northwest, who just wanted to get together from different colleges to share good practice. And that's how it was born. And it's been around a long time. You know, we're looking, you know, 60 odd years it's been around. So, and it's still going. And these guys, you know, these are sort of associates on the panel at the AHT all work free of charge. You know, they don't pay for this, it's all in their own time. And I feel I have such an honour to be part of such a wonderful organisation where they're striving, to help learners, showcase skills and creativity and flair, and helps them, it gives them a platform to build confidence. I am an ambassador for the AHT now, and I've been made an honorary member, which, I'm very, very, very happy about, and I will always, be giving my time freely to the association because of what they actually do. We spent all yesterday morning, planning the competitions for next year. The full and half body face painting, makeup, 16 plus face painting, editorial makeup, creative mood boards, commercial nail art, TV, film characters, advanced mirror imaging, nail art, so all the hairdressing ones as well, multi-piece prosthetics, and what we are doing this year, which I think is absolutely brilliant and I'm absolutely made up, is we are going to be putting a theme in there called Create an Image Based on a Theme. Now, that is one of the units that we have at City and Guilds. So, enter them for this, and, you've got your unit there. I also think, when you see, when as a judge myself for the AHT, for the nationals and for the regionals and the nationals, is, is watching those young nervous learners, sort of developing and growing, and you see them when they enter, 1 year, then they come back and enter the next year at the next level. It's just an amazing experience for myself to watch them grow. So I would suggest, if you want to, is please become a member of the association. The membership is £25 a year. It's not an awful lot, but again, we've had a great weekend at the forum, where the CPD has been outstanding, from hair classifications to trichology to the short sharp cuts to a radio frequency, talking about allergens on nails. The CPD has been second to none. So please go onto the AHT website and have a nosy round, or if you want any information on that, please come back to me. City and Guilds Foundation. Now, this is quite funny because my pictures have gone. So basically, all I wanted to say here is we do have our City and Guilds Foundation. So it is cityandguildsfoundation.com. If you want to go and have a nosy around that webpage, as you can see, our foundation's been around since 1879, over 144 years. It's a long time, and you work closely with Princess Anne on the Princess Royal Trust. They're helping social developments within communities. We have bursary programs, we have fellows. So again, it's just for you to have a little a toot round yourself, because we're obviously running to time. It's the cityandguildsfoundation.com. Any more information you'd like on that, once you've had a look around the website, please come back to me and I'll point you in the right direction to the team that can help support you on that. Webinars, these are the 2 webinars we've got coming up on the 28th of March. We've got our Advanced Beauty Therapist at 11 o'clock on the 28th, and we've also got our Advanced Creative Hair Professional with our hints and tips on the 28th at 4 o'clock. The links are on this deck of slides for you to join that. I think we've got about 178 already booked on the Advanced and Creative Hair Professional, and nearly up to 100 now on our Advanced Beauty Therapist. So we'll look forward to you joining us on those webinars. As you can see, I've put key documents there. All webinars are recorded, and as soon as they've been recorded, I get them turned into a YouTube file, and they're all put onto our key documents page under hairdressing or beauty therapy. So you can always go back and tap into them for standardization. Social media, again, City and Guilds Hair and Beauty and City and Guilds Barbering Facebook pages. Please go on, join us on these pages, and we need the reach. We get all our information out on there. If you've not signed up for alerts, sometimes you'll miss out on things that are coming up, because we can't just email you things because of GDPR. You have to sign up for alerts every year to say that and it's a contract, so we can send you information. But also, social media is where we are all at. Further support, again, resources. I've just gone through some of the SmartScreen, but we do have our EPA Pro. for the apprenticeship standard. The EPA Pro is an amazing tool. You know, there's so much information on there to help you through the journey of your gateway and endpoint assessment. We have our logbooks again, SmartScreen, and our digital credentials. So again, any information on that you may want, please contact me. Again, here we are. It's our generic keep in touch. We have our, customer support team. As you can see, there's their email and there is a telephone number, and that's for general support. And they also have our technical quality at cityandguilds.com and their telephone number. For anything to do with hairdressing or beauty therapy, technically, please come through to myself at sarah.fioda@cityandguilds.com. There's my mobile number. Emma's there. If I'm not around, Emma will always be around. But do please go onto our website and go right to the bottom to the tools and support and sign up for our email updates. Again, this morning, the webinar email's just gone out, the update's gone out to everybody who's signed up for it. Within our standards, our apprenticeship standards, we have 3 EPA partnership managers that are a font of knowledge. And if you have anything to do with gateway or that endpoint assessment, if you're in the Midlands or in that area, you contact Rebecca Hollenby. For the North and Northwest, Northeast, all the way up, it's Janice Collins. And for the South and Southwest, it would be Maurice Hole. These guys have, like I said, got a font of knowledge about how to use EPA Pro and what is expected. They're a dedicated team there to help you should you need any support. Again, we just have our link to the survey form. Please, please, please fill in the survey form or the QR, or just take a picture of the QR code and I'll take you right to the form. These webinars are for you. We can only do them with the support from yourself, where you tell us what you actually want from us. You're our customer and we're here to support you along the journey. And that leaves me to, just say, well, thank you for taking the time to listen to myself and Emma today. And we appreciate both of us that, it's not easy getting time out. But, any specific queries you may have, please feel free, to contact me for any guidance or support. And hopefully, I'll be popping into your college soon. Anyway, Emma, can we go back and see if we do have any questions in the chat?
No, there's only one that I answered. There's nothing else in there, Sarah. I think that the only thing that I would add is that I have completed the application for us to be added onto the register of endpoint assessment organisations for the advanced beauty therapist standards. So as soon as we hear that result, we'll be able to communicate that with everybody, which will be great.
Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen on board, please reach out to me. Like I said, I'm on my road trips now. I'm in the Northeast tomorrow and I'm looking forward to that. And if anybody needs me, drop me a line. You know where I am. I'm your go-to guy. So have a lovely afternoon and thank you once again for taking your time out to support, to listen and to support City and Guilds. Take care. And have a lovely day.